All right, guys, I've got something brand new here that I'm really excited to go over. So the guys over at APA are now offering a brand new service called their uBuild Plus kit. And this is going to be a great option for you guys that actually enjoy building your arrows from step A to Z. So let's get into this. Like I said, this is the uBuild Plus kit. So the cool thing about this is you're going to be able to choose from all of the options that they offer, from the arrows to the vanes, to the wraps, inserts, everything. So everything that you're going to get in this box is right here. So first thing, you're going to go on there and you're going to choose your arrow shaft. So I've chosen the Victory HLR. I've been super happy with this shaft since I started using them back in April. And they are super straight, super consistent. They're actually way more durable than I thought they were going to be. And I've been really happy with them. So the cool thing is when you go on there, you're going to choose the carbon to carbon length that you want. And then they're also going to completely prep them and get them ready for an insert. So they're going to score the inside, they're going to clean them, and they're going to ship them to you ready to go right out of the box. So that's really cool. Next thing, you're going to go on there and you're going to choose what vane you want to run, what wrap you want, and they're going to give you all the glue and everything that you're going to need for that. So you're going to go on there and choose your vane. So I've chosen the Max Stealths. I've been shooting these for a long time. They have done everything for me and they've done them very well. So I'm very happy with this. They steer broadheads really well. They're quiet and they can do everything from hunting to tack to everything that you do. This is a good do-it-all vane. So they're going to give you the right glue, and if your vane that you choose calls for a primer pin, they're going to give that to you as well. So I've got the AAE Max Bond glue and the primer pin from them. And then, of course, the wraps. So white topo, super clean, classic, love that one. So we're going to run with that for this elk arrow build. And then, of course, they're going to give you the right epoxy or the right glue that you need to do your inserts. So I've got the AAE epoxy here. Next thing, the smaller box is going to have everything else that you need. You're also going to be able to choose the knock that you want. I've got the AAE IP knocks here. I've been a big fan of this knock. It's kind of one of those things where I just started using them and I've been super happy with them. Never had any issues. They're durable. They look good. They get me a good knock fit on my string that I like. So it's perfect for me. So I'm going to put black knocks on this because I love black and white. It's super clean. Then you're going to choose your insert. So I've got the Easton 75 grain match grade half outs here. These are the aluminum and steel version. So this is going to be a pretty durable insert on this arrow. So I'm happy with that. And then you're going to be able to choose your field points, whether it's 100 grains, 125s, whatever you want. So I've got the Podium Archer field points here. I like these because they've got an O-ring on them. They don't like to spin loose on you. So this is a really good option as far as field points go. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to take some pictures because that's what I do, and we're gonna get into building these arrows for you guys. It's gonna be fun, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into this. So I'm gonna basically just go through this how I prefer to build my arrows. So let's get out these. First thing, when I have bare shafts without knocks in it, I like to go ahead and just put the knocks in because I don't want to mess up and accidentally put the insert in one side and have one that does not look like the others. So let's start with that. All right, so let's get these. So the thing with the Victory arrows, they are spinal lined. So you want to make sure that this spinal line mark is going to be where you knock your arrow. That's going to be on top. It can either be on top or bottom, but you always want it, I always make sure it's top just so it's easier for me to see. So I always put these knocks on and then I square them up with that spinal line mark. So I've got all the nocks put in these arrows. The cool thing about these HLRs that I'm a big fan of is they do have a spinal line mark on them. And in the past, with arrows that have been, spinal lined, I've found that some of them flew or I had flyers. And the only thing that I could think of was that maybe the spine aligned mark wasn't that accurate. But on these, I don't have flyers, and I feel like the spine is perfect. Plus, I did have a dozen sent to me that were spine aligned with a spine tester, and they were all like extremely accurate with where their spinal line mark was. So these, I'm pretty confident that I can set these nocks right in line with that spinal line mark and be good to roll. So with the epoxy, you're going to want to get a piece of cardboard or something that you can mix this on. Let's open this up. Let's get these. Okay, there we go. So I'm a big fan of epoxy. I think that it's really a good idea to be able to index your inserts. I guess that would have helped. So I like being able to index my inserts on an arrow spinner. So that's really the only thing you need when you're going to be doing this kit. Is if you really want to build the most accurate arrows possible and make them extremely straight, you need to be able to have a arrow spinner. This right here is just, I think it's a Pine Ridge one that I bought on Amazon. Super cheap, gets the job done. I've used it for a lot of years and it spins arrows very well. So we're gonna mix this, make sure it's nice and good. I'm not gonna put it all on here because I think I'm gonna spill it. This will be plenty of epoxy for these inserts. I'm just gonna leave that there because I don't want to get it on my mat. So we're gonna do these one by one here, and I'm gonna actually make these easier to spin. I'm gonna go ahead and put the fill points in there. I've already opened these up just to make this a little bit quicker for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and screw these in. Now that I got all these inserts, or the fill points in the inserts, I did forget to mention you're probably going to want a paper towel because you're going to need to wipe off the excess epoxy after you insert that insert. So what we're going to do here is, with the epoxy, just get a good decent amount on there. Make sure you get it coated. And then we're just going to spin it as we put it in. So we're going to insert here and just slowly spin. That just makes sure that you get a nice even coating on the whole circumference of that insert. And then I get it on there. And the cool thing about epoxy, like I mentioned earlier, is that it doesn't set on you right away. So you can work with this insert and make sure that it spins nice and straight once you get it on your arrow spinner. So we'll move these, we'll test this. It's got a slight little wobble to it, so we'll just spin it a little bit until it's nice and straight. Sometimes with these, the field point is actually what's wobbly, not the actual insert. Oh, there we go. That's nice and straight now. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. We're going to do all of these. I'm going to find a better spot to set this, you guys. So I do not have a drying rack. If you have a drying rack, that's a really good option to get them to where they don't move for like 24 hours is going to be your best friend. So same thing with this. We're going to make sure we get a nice coating around the whole insert and seat it. Then let's wipe that away. That one is money. Nothing. So I've had really good luck with epoxy in the past. Other glues like hot melt and stuff like that work really well, but if you live somewhere really hot like here in Texas, shooting in the summer, inevitably it will get it too hot at some point and you will pull that out of a target. So epoxy, I've never lost an insert with epoxy. And I like that it doesn't set as fast as a glue, so you've got time to work with it like this and spin it. So it's a great option. Super straight. Perfect. I apologize if you hear guys talking in the background. I'm in my garage because I ain't got nowhere else to do this. And I need to get this video out to you guys. And I leave for my elk hunt in 3 weeks, so we got to get these arrows built, sighted in. There you go, it's glass. Super straight. That is probably the straightest one I've seen so far. That one is money. Alright, so I'm going to actually cut the video here and finish out the rest of these, and then I will see you guys when I've got all these in. Okay, so now that we've got all the inserts in, we've spun them, we've made sure all the arrows are as straight as they possibly can be, we're going to let them dry. I'm going to leave them flat for at least the next 20 or so hours, and tomorrow I will be back and we'll start with getting them wrapped, getting them fletched, and finishing up the arrow build, and then we'll get the final specs for you guys. So far, this has turned out to be a really, really high quality, consistent build, so I'm happy with them. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Next step is wrapping these arrows. As you can see, I've done almost all of them already because I wanted to really figure out exactly the perfect process for doing these hill cutout wraps. So I've gone with this white topo wrap from APA, and I think it looks so nice with the hill cut out. It really makes it stand out and look different than most wraps on the market too. So I'm a big fan of this design. So when you're doing this, it's really important to make sure that you're doing them all the same. And you want to make sure that where your vane lies on your bits clamp or whatever you like to use to fletch your arrows, I always go to this second line. This will focus. I always go to the second line on this clamp, and so what I've done is I put a bare shaft in there and I marked where I've got plenty of clearance for the vane to sit on the back side. And so what I did was I ordered one of these it's almost like a big mouse pad. It's a work bench mat, and it's got actually a ruler on it, and it's super handy for fletching arrows and wrapping arrows specifically, especially these hill cutouts, because I've measured exactly where the base of this needs to sit on my bare shaft arrow, and it's at 66 centimeters. So all I have to do is line up the front end of that arrow on the 0 mark on this ruler, and that's going to make sure that it's in the perfect spot every single time. And so it's really important also when you have a spinal lined arrow like these Victories is to index the wrap with that spinal line mark. So what I like to do is I like to look at it square where the spine is on the top, and I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. So we're going to go right there. And then I'm going to make sure I'm aligned, and then I'm going to make sure I've got a nice even gap of daylight between the arrow and the wrap to make sure that this is going on nice and square and it's not slanted at all. And once I've kind of double checked and confirmed everything, then all I need to do is just apply firm, even pressure across that arrow and just roll it on nice and easy. And then I kind of dig into that mat. That's what's nice about this mouse pad material, is you can really dig in and that wrap doesn't want to slide around on it like a normal table would. So that's it. It looks really, really good. I am a super big fan of this design, and I think this is going to look so good once I'm done. So okay, so it's time to fletch these. So when you go on the website, you're going to be able to choose the exact vane that you want. So I've got the Max Stealths here, and you're going to be able to go over the colors. So whether you want to do all three of the same colors, or if you want to do just one off vane or all three different ones, you'll have the option to do so. So what I've done is I've done 2 whites and a black for this build. So with the AAE Max Stealths, they do require a primer pin, and I am a-okay with that because I've used these for a long time. And I have had really, really good luck with adhesion, and I don't have any problems with this at all, so I don't mind the extra step of a primer pin. It does not bother me. So just get a nice coat on the whole base of the vane, and then let it dry. I like to just do a dot or so every centimeter, if I had to guess, and then I will spread it around evenly. You can do too much glue, it'll get all messy and run over or run out the sides. This seems to be about the perfect amount that I've found. So we'll seat that at the back, and then just apply nice firm pressure across the whole vane there. I believe the clamp time is about 20 seconds with this Max Bond glue. So we'll let that sit for a few seconds. Okay, that's probably good. And then rotate it. Go on to the white one. Same thing, primer pin. Looks like it's dried. And just dot it. Don't want to put too much. Looks perfect. You don't want to mess with it too much because this end, it can spin. So got to be a little bit gentle because otherwise they're not going to be a perfect, you know, even gapping between the vanes. And that can be frustrating because then you go through all that work for nothing. So try not to mess with it too much. Just be nice and gentle. Another thing is always make sure that you're using the same line every time, or else you'll have one that sits further forward or backwards than the other, and then you have ruined that one. I'm speaking from experience there. More light. Looks good. And the last one here. Okay, let that go for 20 seconds and that'll be the last one. And I will say you do have the option to do a 4-fletch if that's what you prefer. That's it. That looks really good. All right, I'm a fan. This is a cool build. So I'm going to finish up the rest of these, get some pictures, and then we'll go over the final build. There it is, guys. This turned out so good. I'm a huge fan of the look of this. It's super clean. The two whites with the black vein on this white topo wrap, the hill cutout, the black knock. It looks so good. I'm a big fan of clean builds, and this is the definition of that. Up front, I've got that 75 grain Easton match grade half out, steel on the outside, aluminum on the inside. I'm a big fan of this. It's super durable, right weight, everything about it's nice. And then up front, I'm shooting the hybrids from Sever, the Sever 1.5 hybrids this year. I'm a big fan of this head. It's going to be really, really great for everything that I do from elk to deer. Super happy with that head as always. Let's get a weight for you guys. I've already done the FOC calculation for this build. It's coming in just over 15.5%, that mark, which is right where I usually like to be. And it's coming in at 461 grains. So that is perfect for me. I always try to get my arrows around 450 to 460 grains and around that 15% FOC mark. So we're right there. This HLR shaft is perfect for that too. It gets the weight where you want it. It gets it all up front while still being very durable and straight and consistent. So I'm a very big fan of this shaft. So the uBuild kit also, guys, or the uBuild Plus kit, this is going to be such a cool option for you guys that enjoy building your own arrows like I did today, and not having to worry about cutting them and getting them all from the same place with premium components that you get the choice of. So super cool. You guys need to go check it out. I'll put my discount code through Adams Precision Archery in the link below, as well as in the link in my bio. You can save 15% on these uBuild Plus kits. So that's an awesome deal for you guys. So I'm super happy with this, how it turned out. I'm looking forward to getting in the elk woods here in about 3 weeks, and hopefully I can put this arrow through a bull. So I'm going to get out to the range probably tomorrow and get them sighted in, and it's going to be super good for everything this fall. So stoked. So I will catch you guys on the next one.